Are you one of them? You actually are really very worried about going back to school. You're welcome here. It is Friday Brief with Coach Wendy. And today we're looking at why you actually hate back to school. Many parents have been confirmed to have a problem with back to school itself. Now, they don't hate back to school itself. They love the idea that their children are learning, are growing, but what they dread is everything that comes with it. And here are some of the big reasons why that happens. Number one, the very big one, financial pressure. School fees, uniforms, shoes, books, gadgets, everything seems to fall at once. So for parents with more than one child, it feels like the family budget is being attacked from every single angle. But trust me, if you are struggling with fees, how much you're going to pay and all of that, you actually even above your head. Yes, I said it. All right. So for parents, you need to actually begin to cut it. If the back to school scares you and is on financial pressure, something is wrong. Number two, the stress of routines. After weeks of holiday, flexibility, suddenly his early wake up, his school runs, his homework, endless. Have you packed your bags? And then you're shouting, you're screaming. The shout is going to start again. But you know the problem. You feel like you are becoming a drill sergeant major overnight. But the problem is actually not the school. The problem is that you lack structure in your parenting. And that's one of the reasons we actually do the back to school masterclass. So that you will be able to build the structure that is required for you to glide through to actually be able to make it work. Number three, the emotional roller coaster. Yes, it's a thing. For younger children, especially toddlers or first timers, that separation anxiety is a lot. You drop a child in school, the child is crying. Your child is going to boarding school. Your child cries and wails for like how many minutes and all of that in secondary school. I remember the first time we dropped the twins in secondary school. Oh my God. Our son just went in, hugged, lots of hugs, emotional and all of that. Then our daughter started to cry. And hey, it could be a lot. Right? So yes, it's a thing. And sometimes you feel guilty about leaving them in school, even though you know it's necessary. So all of that. But the good thing is that we prepared both the children and us for a whole 6 years about going to school in secondary school. So by the time we did a day two and found out how they were faring, they were all good. Now, the solution to emotional roller coaster is preparation. Most times we don't prepare our children enough. A child is going to a new school. One of the things you need to do is to actually get your child in that new school. Let them go and acclimatize with the school. Part of what we teach at the Back to School Masterclass is how your child will be stable in that system of the new school. So even if the child is entering a new class, there is what to do. For older children, it's attitude. Sometimes it's resistance. They complain about homework, about teachers, about waking up early, and all of that. It's a thing. Number four, homework and schoolwork battles. Now, many parents dread that evening homework war zone. Every time you are shouting, you've done your homework to do it, you are shouting, you're screaming. Why? Because your child hasn't learned how to study on their own. The problem is not particularly about school. The problem is that you are not raising your child to understand learning. Part of what we're going to be doing at the Back to School Masterclass is to give you study routines that you can teach your child so that you don't have to be doing homework every day. Come closer. If you are scared, if you are afraid of everyday homework, it means that something is wrong with your parenting. We have never had to sit down to do homework for the twins. And mind you, I have almost 16-year-olds. They're in secondary school and they did nursery, primary. If you have to do homework for your children every day, no matter their age, there's something wrong somewhere. It can be fixed. That's why we run the class. Right. And then, when you're doing homework, when the battle is there, that's when you see tempers flaring. That's why you see parents are tired from work, children are cranky, arguments break out, and all of that. So you can deal with this and we can help you do that. I usually say in the inner circle program where parents actually learn yearly that the problem is not what your child is learning. The problem is also not the school. The problem is that you're not equipping your child enough. We think that school will do the magic of learning. No, learning starts at home and it starts with you. And it's about what you know. Number five, logistics overload. School run, after school activity, packing lunches, coordinating timetable. Sometimes I actually think that parents do, pack all the activities that are necessary on a child. Now, a child goes to school from 8 o'clock, close at 2. And then the child has to also attend extramural classes. Extra lesson, not extra lesson classes. And I'm wondering, okay, if your child is going to school every day and they have to do extra lesson classes, it means that the child is not really learning. And I never have believed that, putting more learning is not how to actually create learning spaces. You need to find what is wrong. I've taught parents about learning over the past decade. And one thing I've remained sure, I've said to them, you need to continue to learn through the process of understanding who you are teaching. most of the times, we don't even know the kind of learner we are. We don't even know the kind of learners our children are. We don't even know the kind of learners our children, are becoming. We don't know how they learn, so we just keep dumping them with plenty activities, learn math lesson, English lesson. This your child really do not need all of that. If you learn the simple tools that can help your child become a better thinker, everything will change. I've practiced this for years. I've taught parents, and we have a lot of results on it. You find out that parenting has become like a full-time logistics job because you pick for someone for school, you take them to karate, you take them, and the activities sometimes are too burdensome. You can actually cut your child some slack and yourself as well. Then number six, unmet expectation and pressure. Parents worry about grades, about performance, whether the child will catch up, whether they will stand up. You compare other parents' children. You make back to school session feel so competitive instead of exciting. Parents don't hate school. They hate the pressure, they hate the chaos, they hate the stress that comes with that season. That's why when back to school is structured with routines, with systems, with emotional support, the stress reduces and the season actually becomes exciting. That's why we invite you. Be at the back to school masterclass. Do not miss it. That's your joker to enjoying the next season of the school year. For just 8,999, you get what I call the 9-in-1 back to school reset, the 5-in-1 back to school reset toolkit that will help you to reset the system and make back to school exciting. And you also get the tools that we've created, printables, that will help you structure your system to give you a better, stance in all of the things that you're doing with your child for the new year. I look forward to having you in that class. I look forward to being your host. My name is Wendy Ologe, and I'm called Africa's #1 parent coach. I am here to help you understand that parenting can be fun and can be enjoyable as well. See you in class.